Hey everyone, welcome back. Deft here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on a guide series and a walkthrough of Enshrouded. I've made it to level 6 on the live stream where we did about 13 hours straight. So I've got a pretty good understanding of the game now. I managed to get all the NPCs, relatively know what's going on, so let's go ahead and jump in there. So the initial start of this game is kind of rough as far as getting started in combat and stuff. It's going to be kind of slow at first. You got to really learn the mechanics. Besides that, as you can see, the graphics are really cool. So that's my character in one of the new armor sets. So he's currently a warrior tank. Pretty strong setup. Do advise that if you want a semi-easy playthrough. I would like to try to do some wizarding too, because the wizard skills and abilities are pretty cool. But you definitely want to start off focused with like a bow and a sword initially, in my opinion. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The game is pretty well optimized. I'm not having any issues running it. Everybody else is doing good too. And it seems like they stood up really well, so there's a lot of building things going on. I have not tried creating another character, so we might end up deleting this one by accident. So let's go ahead and see how it's going to work. So we're going to click change. Let's see, new character. So here we have character design. We can go ahead and do that really quick. Let's see, we'll go, I think, pretty much the same thing we did last time. I think we chose this guy. Then you hit next. Let's see, we'll just grab like a Viking look. We'll get some longer hair. Then we're going to want to get a beard. So we'll just choose hair color. Next again. We're going to go with the full beard. So there's various beards here. You can check that out when you get the game. And then we're going to hit next again. You can also set your beard color. Usually beards are different colors, but I don't care. It's all going to be the same for me. So we're going to hit next. I do like the initial starting voice, but you can pick your other voices. And then we're going to go next there. Character 2. Click on the character versus character 1 or 2. And that's where you put your name in. We're going to call this one Deaf Spider. And then we'll create. And we'll select that one. And then here you can choose to join a game online, because this is a multiplayer game. I believe you can have up to 16 people. You can host a game if you want to. It'll be saved locally. And we're just going to do private. So that means we're running all the resources ourselves. And it looks like we can jump in their old save. We're going to do a new game right here. So we're going to do create. And then you can change the name of that one too. So we'll do edit. And that's My World 2. Well, actually, we're going to leave that as My World 2. I think that makes more sense. So we'll just leave that as My World 2. And then we're going to do play.
Long ago, a wanderer brought an enthralling gift to the people of Embervale. The elixir. It was a cure, a blessing, a weapon. Once concealed by the ancients, its might had been set free. With it came power, mistrust, and a longing for more. Humanity dug the elixir wells, ripping apart the land and each other to quench their thirst. Elixir and blood, a drop for a drop. But from the depths of the wells, an unforeseen curse crept into Embervale. The Shroud, a ruinous fog which sought only to spread and devour. Facing their downfall, ancients and humans united to forge the Flameborn. Now, your time has come. Awake.
Alright guys, so we spawned into the game. You just saw the cutscene. So with that, we're going to get started. I ran around through here earlier looking. I didn't see any loot. So we can just go ahead and leave this chamber. We're going to go to the next room, and here's a flame here. We're going to go ahead and commune with this flame by pressing E. Okay, so you can pause that if you want to read it. Right there it says recipe unlocked, flame altar. Let's go ahead and move out of this room to the next area. Alright, so you can see our quests are updating. You can access your journal by pressing J, as in Juliet. It wants us to claim a spot for your base, reach the plains. The spot is dictated that it wants you to build in for your first base. You can build another base later on. So you can gather here. So these are different types of plants. We're going to need things like string, twigs, plant fiber, all the good stuff. So right here you're going to see that purple question mark. That's usually a clue of, and part of it like a tutorial of how to do things. You're going to find these throughout the game as you find new and different tasks to do. So a vast world awaits you filled with secrets and peril. press I and navigate to the map to track your discoveries. So if you do I, you have tabs at the top to navigate through things. So you have skills. There's a large assortment of different types of skills. You have like Survivor, Beastmaster, Ranger, Assassin, Trickster, Wizard, Healer, Battle Mage, Tank, Warrior, Barbarian, Athlete. And you can just skill these up over time. We're not worried about that right now because we don't have any points. Here you have your character screen where you can equip your different armors and stuff. Well, you actually equip it from your backpack by right-clicking. Here you can have 2 rings, a full set of gear, a ranged weapon, either a staff or a bow, a shield. I have not found the backpack extension yet, but it's here, so I'm sure it's in the game somewhere. Then you got the grappling hook and the glider. Then you have the crafting menu, and everything comes with a tutorial. We'll just kind of go over this as we go. So right here's all discovered recipes for this crafting station are saved here. You can quickly navigate different categories by selecting the icons. Here you can do the requirements and ingredients for each recipe, on and on. So we'll just go over this as we go through it. It's pretty basic. And then on the journal, once you start unlocking NPCs, the craftspeople tab becomes open. Once you get the flame built, you can interact with that and upgrade it to give yourself better abilities. If you ever need to revisit the tutorial, you don't know how to do something, you can click on the tutorial tab here. It'll go to that. You also have lore, because you'll find books and pages throughout the world as you explore. Then you have workshops for crafting, and then of course you have your quest menu here. You're going to get a ton of quests, so just familiarize yourself with that. You can track them too. Then here's the map. So right now this is all we have. The map is huge though, so you can just go on and on and on and on up. So we're going to back out of that. So it says track your discoveries there. So you see anything red and glowy like this, usually it's something you can collect or read. So just press E, be able to read and give us this. Pause. For anytime you see this, I'll pause for a second. You can pause the video if you want to read it. I've already read a lot of this stuff, so I'm not going to read it again. And then from there, just keep your eye out for chests and things. They do glow as well. And then we're going to proceed to go. So you can go left, and I think you can go to the right too. So we're just going to go this way. And that little thing shoots out to light the path for you. This is, oh, actually you can't go left or right. This is the way you need to go here. And there's a chest here if I remember right, so hopefully I don't miss too much. So we're going to get a torch, bandages. You can loot bandages on this table. Almost everything in the game is breakable, so you could actually break this whole structure down, but you don't really need the wood right now. So then we're going to proceed in here. You can see this torch right here is glowing red. We're going to collect that. You don't need that many torches, but we're going to take a couple extra just in case we break them. Now there are secret passages and tons of hidden secrets throughout the whole game, so you need to keep your eyes out and keep looking. Let me think. I'm trying to remember how we did this last time, because I know there's a treasure chest in here. Now we're going to drop down here, and you can climb up and down ladders, you just can't fast climb. Let's see, I think, yeah, okay, so right here is a treasure chest. So we're going to come this way on the shelf for some bombs. We're going to pick these up and loot them really quick. And right here, it's another tutorial explaining what to do here. So when you see rubble like this, there's like a clue, you see light behind there. It means there's a chest glowing behind it. So we're going to press 4 on our hotbar to get to our bombs. And then we're just going to throw them at the wall and blast our way through. You always want to keep bombs on you because you'll find those walls throughout the game. So there's a book in here, read that. Make sure you at least activate all these, even if you don't read them. They will give you lore, they give you experience, and they'll mark your map for certain events. Alright, so here we'll get a hatchet, and you can use the hatchet as a weapon and to break things down. Sometimes you'll find little things that you can loot, and you'll see like a little X marking it as loot. And then like right here, it looks like another passage, right? So we're gonna I didn't mean to use the bomb, but you can use your hatchet and break through that if you want to. There's another chest behind here, so we'll open this, and it's another torch and a bandage. Press 3, get our torch back out. And since we destroyed that, it dropped wood, so we can pick up wood logs. That's going to unlock recipes, so we just got the shield plus 1 more. And then we'll just keep moving through the cave and making our way this way. And like I said, you always want to look up, down. Like this is a full 3-dimensional game, so it's not linear at all. You can go any different way. So again, always keep your eye looking for secret passages and hidden chests. Right here, the flame allows you to resist the shroud, but if you linger, you will perish. Escape the shroud to replenish your maximum time in the shroud. Let's go ahead and grab this torch. And that's just letting us know that when you see this blue glow, and sometimes it's red, that is the shroud. If you stay in it for too long and the timer runs out, you will die. It looks like we have another wall here possibly, so we're going to get our hatchet out. We're going to break this. And then bring our torch back out and make sure there was nothing there. Nope, I was wrong. It's not a passage. I thought there was another one here somewhere. Let's see. I don't think this one is one. We'll break it just to be safe. So left mouse button is what you use to attack with. Now if you look at your weapons and your torches, the green bar at the bottom is durability. If you're running around that circle in the center of the screen, that is your stamina. It will replenish over time, and if you're rested, it lasts longer. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you can see it says Enshrouded, and a timer is counting down. Again, if you're in this area and the time runs out, you will die. There are various items to replenish that. And now it's going to go to the targeting system, so you can press tab to lock onto a target. Control will allow you to dodge. And certain things in the shroud will explode, reduce your time, like these bubbles here. So you don't want to touch those. But again, make sure you run around through the darkness. You'll find chests and stuff everywhere. Like I said, I did a 13-hour stream and I'm still not through the game. So it definitely has a lot of potential and definitely lasts a long time. So we can tab onto this guy. Right mouse button will allow you to block, and you can parry that way. So we just parried him, and then we cut him down. He'll drop loot, so we can press E to search. And we'll get torn cloth and a shield. So we can come into our backpack now that we have the shield, and we can right click on it and tell it to equip. If you look at our character now, we now have the shield equipped. So when we block, it'll use the shield instead of just our weapon. Hit tab if you don't want to be locked on. I like to fight without locking on most of the time, unless I'm using ranged weapons. And these guys are really weak. Level 1s are super simple to get through, so you don't need to worry about parrying and blocking so much. But it is a good way to experiment. And you're going to want to take all the loot you find. You're going to need it. Again, make sure you're looking at all ledges and stuff. Make sure you don't miss anything. The devs have hidden a lot of things in this game, and I'm sure I've missed plenty. So we're going to take a look around. I don't see anything, so I guess we can go ahead and leave. And you can break stuff down like this. Sometimes you'll get specialty items when you break things down. So you can get more than just wood. You can get things like salts, metal plates. You want to save all the metal scrap you get. You're going to need a ton of it. If it's anything made out of metal, save it. Alright, so let's come out here. We just got the recipe for rough stone block at the workbench. So we're going to get tons of recipes as we find materials. Right here, this is a return beacon, so you can rise here if you die. And you probably will die a couple times on your first playthrough. Now we can follow this path down and go straight to the place it wants us to build, or we can come down here and start doing some looting. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of looting. And if you want to craft things and you're worried about your health, you can come to these. These are berry bushes. You can see the berries on them. And that's going to give you purple berries. Other bushes will give you like plant fiber, twigs. You can cut down trees. You can collect some of these small rocks like this. You can also mine to get rock. So we're going to come back up here, and be careful, you do take fall damage. And you do not start with a glider, so you're not just going to be able to glide across the path. So from here we can drop down in here and start doing some looting. We're now in the Long Keep. It's plus 150 XP for discovering it. And we are now level 2. So let's see if we can get into finding some stuff here. So again, you can break everything down, like carts and stuff. You can get bones off of bodies. Like recipe just unlocked for the 1+1. I think that's because we found a bone. You can break down these tables and sacks to get torn apart. Sometimes you'll get potions and things too. Let me see, so we'll go inside this room here. You can rest in beds throughout the game. So when you sleep, it's that like most games, it doesn't go dark or anything. It just speeds up time by 60%. So that way if you don't want to play at night, you can just wait for that and go through the daytime. And the beds again are scattered throughout the buildings within the entirety of the game. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. Let's see, we'll open this door here. Some doors you break, some doors you open. Get some berries on this table here. Normally you want to walk around and look at something before you break it. And then right here we have a note. Let's go ahead and grab that. It just added us a new location on the map. So again, that's why you want to find the lore. And we can drop down here, and that's the same room we were just in. Right there we have like a little pit, so let's go down here. You always want to have a torch on you just if it gets really, really dark. And see right there we just got attacked by a little rat. And we got some hide, animal fur, you're going to need that. Right here he dropped us a fur patch. Animals will drop you like fur patches, hide, and meat. So just press E to loot them, and then you just press spacebar to pick it up. But it looks like we just saved. So sometimes you'll get a little lag spike like that, and that's just the game saving. As far as I know, you can only autosave, and there's no way to adjust it or change it. Let's head over into... We don't really need that many bones right now, but we do need them later on in the game. So if you want to save all of those, that's good to do. So let's check out these tents here. So you'll see like bundles of this stuff, so that's probably going to give us a lot of wood. It's hard to aim and hit some of this stuff though, but we can actually just collect it the way it is. Now we'll come in here, we have another note, let's grab that one. And that's just some more lore, but it's still free experience points, so we can level up. And if you break it, like that note's still on the ground there, so once you've read it, you can still read it again. Right here is a bottle of water, so we can collect that. You'll find plenty of water, and you can get water from the well, so don't worry too much about water. Alright, so if you find old campfires, that'll give you tar. Again, right now we're mostly just looking for materials to like help us unlock recipes, and then we need to build our first sets of gear. Alright, so right there we got some string. Here's like one of the random beds you can sleep on. And a lot of times you want to read the notes, they will give you clues of loot that's nearby. Like I want to say in this area there's a spot where it says he hid treasure behind his bed. So if you look behind his bed, I think I can't remember exactly what you find. I want to say a potion or something, or meat. Right, this game works like Valheim as far as food goes. Meat boosts your hit points and other stats. Here, another bottle of water chilling. We can break all this down if you want to. I think it's just going to give us like wood though, so it's not that big of a deal. And we'll check up here. I don't think there's anything else right here, so let's go back to the other side. So I'm trying to get to a stopping point. If anybody's like, he's talking so fast. There's just so much to do, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can so we can cover a lot of things and per episode. Otherwise, it'll be tons of episodes before you get the knowledge you need. So right here we have a chest. Let's go ahead and grab that. See, right here we have flint arrows. And bow is one of the best starting weapons in my opinion. It's also a good late game. See, we collected more wood. We're going to need the wood and stuff, so make sure you grab that. And right here it says interact with a campfire to cook food or sit near them with X to become rested in the wilds. So again, you just press X, it'll rest you. That's going to increase your stats. Especially, you're going to need to do that occasionally just to get your stamina maxed out so that you can do certain tasks in the game and get through some of the puzzles. Alright, so right here we have another note. Let's go ahead and read that. And this is the one that says good night's rest. He hid some stuff behind his bed. So if we jump over to the side of the bed right here, you can find some meat. There's a hole in the wall right here. We can walk into here. We can smash all this stuff if we want to. And I guess we should cover this really quick too. So you do have inventory space. So if we go into our backpack, you can press B to go straight to it. You can see that here's your space in your slots. If your backpack fills up, it'll also fill up your hotbars. So you have 2 rows of hotbars, 1 through 8. There is no weight restriction, so you can carry as much as you want, but there are stack restrictions. If you want to change your hotbar, you can press Alt, and it'll swap to the second one. So that's really nice. Let's see, so we'll keep circling this side for now. Now we're in Enshrouded, so make sure you pay attention. You can find Enshrouded all over the place. And then we have another note on this cart. Let's go ahead and read that. New general lore. And there's a bunch of stone here. We do need some stone, so we grab that. Here's another enemy. Go ahead and knock him out. Personally, I kill most anything I come across just because we need the levels. And it's pretty decent experience points. Especially when you fight things that are stronger than you are. Let's see, we have some doors right here. We'll go ahead and open those. See if we find anything inside of here. And sometimes some of the stuff is inside the graphics, so just pay attention. You might see an open button pop up. Let's snug up on us. And you can see we're level 1 with no armor, so you can see how much damage we're taking. So you can either pop a health potion, or what I like to do is I like to eat berries, because they will regenerate you. You can also use bandages, and they'll heal you up too. I don't think there's that many enemies in this area though, so we should be okay. I say that and watch me, I'll get swamped by some enemies. We could go back up and jump across. I'm gonna say there's something on the roof. Now you can't jump up and pull yourself up. There's no way to climb like that, or at least there always has to be like a mesh wire, and then you can climb on that. So let's look around on this top of this ledge right here. I don't see anything, so we're above the building that we just went through. And this is the one we were inside of, that we were attacked. So we work our way into here, another chest. So wooden arrow, flint arrows. Also be careful, there's barrels in the game. If they're blue barrels or red barrels, they will explode. And they can, a lot of those can just one-tap you, so be careful where you fight, especially if you're a melee fighter. And then, let's see, yep, right here, we have a little pit. So you're going to find these all over the place. Some of these will be, you have to explode with bombs to get into them. And a lot of times there'll be enemies inside of it, but usually there's good loot and lore. So like right here we have a book, let's grab that. And then we just got 2 pieces of metal scrap, which we're going to need, if I remember correctly. Wait, why am I red? Oh yeah, so if you hit that thing, it's going to explode. Unless, I thought red meant that, yeah, that, like we're in a really strong shroud. So right here is just a random loot cache thing we can grab, so we're going to do that. And go back to our hatchet. Now you can see our durability on our hatchet's getting low, don't worry too much about that. When we build a workbench, we can auto-repair it. And there were books on that shelf. Oh yeah, there's a chest behind that. But I kind of don't want to hit that, so we'll just throw a bomb at it. Actually, no, we're fine. I was going to hit my axe, but throw a bomb anyway. So then you see that blue circle, that's going to increase the shroud. But there's a chest behind it. So like right here, it says lockpick required. Let's press V as in Victor. And that's going to be our crafting menu, like our personal crafting menu. Here we can make lockpicks if we have 2 pieces of metal scrap. Let's go ahead and make 2 of those. And then let's use it to open this just by pressing E. There is no minigame. We got inside of it, it gave us 14 wooden arrows. And we can loot where we blew up everything, so. And again, make sure you're keeping your time on your shrouded time, or enshrouded time rather. And I want to say that's most of the loot in this small camp here, if memory serves me correct. Now you can see it gets dark, that's why you want to keep a torch with you. You do have beehives you can collect off of those. We're not going to collect this one. It'll give you like wax, honey, and I want to say there's something else it gives you. I'm not worried about that right now because we don't have any storage. Be careful. There are swarms of those bees and stuff that they will attack you. Now when you're out in the wilds, you need to look out. There are various enemies that'll be roaming around. There's also wolves. Right there we have some goats. It's a good source of hide and meat and bone. You can break these big rocks once we get a pickaxe. Now this red light right here, so the cave we came out of is right back there. This is where it wants us to build our flame. So we'll just press V, and then we can click on Flame Altar, space to craft it. You're going to need room in your inventory to do so. And you're going to want it to land on your hotbar, so then you press the key on the hotbar that it relates to. So in this case it's going to be 7. And then we're just going to place it right here. Don't worry about it being on the side of the hill and stuff. We can level the hills out if we want to using our pickaxe. So we just did that and press J to see what quest it wants. It says claim a spot for your base. The flame altar is built, but the land is still strange and unfamiliar. Speak to the flame in your new base to learn how to proceed. So we'll just commune with the flame here. Pause the game again if you want to read that. And then we'll press space. Now you see we have the option to upgrade the altar. You can strengthen the flame if you have the materials. If you upgrade the altar, you're going to need shroud cores, and then you can reset your skill points once you start placing them in. Now it wants us to go and find the sleeping survivor, so if we press M on our map, it'll show the sleeping survivors up here. First things first, I advise going ahead and building you a base, like a little house, and getting you a bunch of storage and a workbench set up. You're definitely going to want gear too, because like I said, the enemies are really, really strong while you're getting started. So the next thing we need to build is going to be the workbench itself. So let's go ahead and craft one of those. We're also going to need a construction hammer to lay out our building. So we'll craft that. See, we're going to need, well, I'm probably going to build a bunch of stuff out of like stone and everything. So let me see if we have room. Yeah, we have room. So for crafting, we're going to go ahead and make an axe and a pickaxe if we can. And then we can make a campfire so we can get some food. Personally, I don't recommend building the club. It's not very good. You'd be better off just building the bow initially. Alright, so with these items, we can just lay them out wherever. Now, you can't put stuff on the flame, so you have to like put it next to it or wherever you want. I like to set mine at the edge of the flame, and then we just pick it up and move it later. So basic controls are listed on the right, so you can rotate it by using R. And it needs to be inside of the building area, so we're just going to place it here for now. And let's go back into our backpack and get everything rearranged. So like I said, we only need 1 torch. I like to keep my hatchet on 1 for now. That's going to be our main weapon that I advise you use to get started with. We'll put our construction hammer down here. See, go ahead and add our pickaxe. I like to keep bandages too, where we can get to those. I'll store my potions. I don't plan to use them a lot right now. These blue things are runes, so you get to that later. First, we have to go wake this guy up. So we can actually put all these torches up here. Like I said, we don't need them right now. And we'll store the potions and keep our hotbar free so we can add stuff to it. See, did we make a campfire yet? I thought we made it. Yeah, so here's your campfire. These will burn out, but let's go ahead and put one down. So I'm going to keep everything as close to the edge as I can for now. It should light itself automatically. And then as long as you have food on your hotbar, you can cook. So we'll sit down here to cook. And then that's what it's explaining to you right now. So we have meat on raw meat on 3. So you just select that, and then you hold left mouse button to cook. You'll hear it pop, just like in Valheim. And that's how you know it's done cooking. And just keep doing that until you run out of meat. Once you hear it pop, then just release. And now we have 4 pieces of cooked meat. And we're slightly rested. From there, we definitely want to get into building storage so we can store items. I believe we're going to need to find some more materials to do so, though, because I'm not seeing it in our menu yet unless I'm missing it. Oh no, actually, I think we might have to build on the bench. So walk up to the workbench, press E, and this is where you get your building materials put together. So we're going to start using wood initially, so we'll need a bunch of wood blocks. Don't worry about the roof blocks yet. I didn't need a roof. I just built flat roof pieces, and it worked out just fine. You're going to want to make your glider as soon as you can. To do that, you would need string, animal fur, and shroud wood. Grappling hook's going to take shroud spores, string, and metal scraps. So like I said, metal scraps are right now is going to be the hardest thing to get. So let's go ahead and see about making wood blocks. You're going to need a lot of these. Right here, it costs 2 wood logs to make wood blocks. We have 96 from all the stuff we smashed. So just press spacebar to craft. That's going to unlock a lot more recipes for you. And we can go ahead and make a stone block, just unlock that. And that'll give us a couple more recipes, I believe. And then let's get a bunch of these because it takes a lot to build with. Like we'll probably just max out using all the wood we currently have. That's all the wood right there. So let's come over here. And what I like to do is we're going to have to get to our construction hammer, which is on 5 right now. So let's grab that. Once you have your hammer out, you press tab. Hold on, let me get to the tutorial here. And if you look at the top right, it tells you have rough wood blocks and stone. If you hold left control and mouse wheel, it'll change what material type you're using. I'm going to use wood to get started with. Now you see that square is really, really tiny. You can change that by holding Alt by itself. Yeah, my bad, I was using control. So hold Alt by itself and you can see the different ways to build. There's tons of building options. I like to go with 4 mil just because it seems faster. And you can raise it up high, you can put it down in the ground, you can rotate it and spin it. For right now, we're currently on wood, so we're going to surround this in wood for the first little layer, just because I like to kind of mesh everything up a little bit different. And it will break through, and you can, one thing to be aware of though, if you're trying to get your stuff squared, you can build inside of these foundations, so you could do like a half, so be careful of that if you're trying to keep everything symmetrical like I like to do. So right there we have our initial platform started. From here I like to come out with wood, and I like to build about a 7x7 building. I mean, not wood, stone rather. So we can save our wood though and use that for other building things, or we could go out one more layer with our wood just while we have so much of it made. Trying to think, yeah, we'll do one more surround in wood, and then we'll swap over to stone. So you can't hardly see this one, so we're gonna have to wait on that for a second. And I like to build things in odd numbers, so I like to do 7x7, 9x9, 3x3s, just so I can center my doors. So let's see, we're at 1, 2, 3. So we're at 5. So I'm going to want to go out 2 more in width. And we'll do that all in stone. And then let's see how far we are on this side. So we're at 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, we need to do one more on the back side. But right now it's red. If you look at the top right there, it says we're at 192 out of 256. So we don't have any more wood that we can build with. So we're going to have to do more gathering of wood and stone, which I'm about to do right now. So to escape this menu, just hit tab or hit escape and it should let you out. If you stand near this fire, it should start letting you rest once you get inside the building. Or like right now, we're in warmth and comfort level 5. Again, that'll boost your stamina. If you eat meat, that'll boost your hit points. And so like right here too, really quick. So I told you I couldn't see this foundation block and I don't like that. So we can just take our pickaxe and we can level this out so we can see. And you can actually dig into the ground. Like you can dig to the point you hit stone and then you can dig the stone. And I think we just broke our foundation a little bit. I shouldn't have hit it directly, I guess. Last time I didn't have any issues with this. It just kind of disappeared itself. But we'll fix this and figure it out in a minute. And you can dig tunnels. You can go underground somewhat and like build cellars and stuff if you want. So the crafting of the game, like I said, it's pretty intense. I like it a lot, but right now I just wanted to get this down so we can get our foundation up and get a house built. Again, build your house before you go to get the survivor. If I remember right from the demo, you can't actually get him until after, like you can get him but you can't use him until after you have a home. So you might as well go ahead and build that and get you some experience points and get some gathering and storage done. And if you notice, the durability on all of our weapons was 100%. So if you go to your workbench, just press E and then leave the menu. All your stuff repairs itself automatically. It's super nice. So trees, you can cut those down. That'll give you wood logs. And there's a better axe for that. So everything will get faster over time, so don't think it's going to take 6 years to do anything. And then if you want stone, again, you can pick stone up. Or if you see these large boulders, just take your pickaxe out and you can smash them and they'll give you stone. And you'll get dirt if you dig into the ground. You can save the dirt. You'll need it eventually. So guys, I'm going to do a bunch of gathering. I'm going to kill some animals like these goats that are running around and chase them down. I would like to get a bow, but to do that, we're going to need to gather a bunch of twigs and things. So let me go ahead and get the foundation laid out, and then we'll jump onto some walls and stuff, because this video is already getting a little bit long. Alright guys, so I finished up doing a bunch of the gathering. I went ahead and built out around here, so we should be 7 on the front, 7 on the sides. So we've got the wood on the center here, just to kind of give us a little bit of a lighter contrast on the inside, because it does get dark once you get a building built. And then I used the pickaxe, and we mined most of this out. I think it looks pretty respectable. There's a couple of rough spots here and there. It's not a perfect science. Like I said, if you want to build a hobbit hole, you can dig into the side of this hill and, you know, just go crazy. So let's go ahead and get our construction hammer back out. Press tab again to open that build menu. Hold down left control, use your mouse wheel, select the material you want to build with. We're using rough stone block for this one. Left mouse button, click to place it down. And it looks like we're in good shape here. I did get enough of the stuff out of the way. And it does a good job of not letting the grass come through, which is really nice. If it does, just hit it with an axe one time, or the pickaxe one time, and it'll clear it up. So now that we have our base foundation for my house, and you don't have to build anything this big to start with, and in case you do want to build big like I am, don't worry about this red line. That will get bigger once we get further in the game and we start enhancing our fire here. So if you want to build multiple buildings, which is what I'm thinking about doing, then don't worry about it now. Just build the house that you want, or at least the frame for it, and then box it in a little bit, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so we do need to kill these guys. I like to kill these enemies when I see them spawning. And again, be careful because you're level 1 with no armor. And the reason I like to kill them is they drop cloth and different items that we need. Right, so the next thing we need to do, again, construction hammer, because we need to get walls up and a ceiling up. So first floor I'm gonna do out of stone. So let's go ahead and go back into our menu, and here you can select using your mouse wheel. You can get like a regular wall, window wall, door wall. Like you can actually build frames and do all the framework yourself if you'd like to. We're just going to do some basic stuff to get started with. So let's go ahead and get us... Well, we'll lay out a stone foundation just to mark our center point first. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should be perfectly centered on the fire. Again, make sure you don't bleed over unless you want to do that. And now we know where our door goes. So we can go ahead and put that into place. Get it where you want it. Rotate it using R. And you can half lock these two. It doesn't have to be right on the edge. So we're going to go ahead and set that right here. And it builds fast, so don't sit there and hold the mouse button down. I like to put a window on either side of it. We'll do solid walls on the corners here, so we'll solid that in. Let's go ahead and change our mouse over. We can rotate for the corner here. I don't know why it keeps wanting to sink down, maybe because I'm in the dirt. Usually it's, yeah, there we go. So stay on the foundation is the way to go. Alright, let's go ahead and get this side started. Window wall, and set that into place. Rotate back to the solid wall. Place it down. And there's a lot more building material than just wood and stone, but it'll be a minute before we unlock all of that. So don't think your base just has to be this basic material. There are better materials that will be coming out. Now we're going to keep this bottom pretty solid. I haven't been attacked by anything. I did have a wolf walk through the door, so you definitely want to close your doors when you get doors. And then we need to find our center point on these sides. So that should be 4. And if you build something and you don't want it, the only way I know to destroy it right now, because I haven't had to go back and destroy anything else, if you press Y, it'll destroy the last structure you built. So like right there, it's going to put this guy back in place. I guess I could have just ran off the fire to mark my center point. That one should be good there. I want a door on the back as well, because I never like being stuck with just one way in, one way out. Of course, you're not going to use the doors that often once you get late game, so It's not really that big of a deal. So I'm going to finish framing this in, and then we'll start working on the ceiling in just a second. There we go, so we got the walls in, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up for a second floor, but we're not going to build the second floor all the way out just yet. So what I like to do is I like to come off the fire pretty much. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and build like a double staircase. So we're going to put one there, and then we'll put one right here. And then I'm going to use stone on the outer edge, and then wood on the center again. Again, I don't want it super dark all the way on the inside. So for this, I'm using just the ceiling pieces, the square ones. Again, 4 mil. And you can free float it, which you're seeing I'm doing right now. So make sure you pay attention. You do get some of your materials back, so it's not that big of a waste. So this place is, as you can see, it's now complete as far as what we're going to do right here. We need one piece, I lied. So we're going to put one piece right there. Now we're done. This should be good enough for us to be sheltered now. At least once I think we might have to add the doors. I can't remember exactly. Nope, we're sheltered. If you look in the top left of the screen, you can see rested, sheltered, comfort. If we come close to the fire, it should give us warmth. And then our rested stats go up. So just like Valheim, the more furniture and stuff you add, the better off you are. And we have our second floor ready for when we get ready to expand again. All right, so from here, we can finally get ready to move this stuff. My campfire burned out, so I collected that. It was tar. Make sure we have some inventory space. We don't have a lot. We do have 2 slots, though. So for here, you can just hold E. You'll pick up your workbench, so you don't have to rebuild it. We're going to take that inside. And again, we can rearrange everything later. Right now, it's a getting started video, so we'll just kind of temp everything in a little bit. But I do want to kind of lay it out where it looks a little bit nice. So we'll put the workbench right here. From there, we can craft, repair, do other things. So if we scroll down, we have like beds, fireplaces. To build the bed, we'll need string. Fireplace, good place to cook, and everything. We can go ahead and actually make one of those and lay it out. It's not very big. You'd like for it to be bigger. We do have enough stone and wood logs. Let's go ahead and make a table. Again, you see right here it says common plus 2 comfort hearth. So that stuff will allow you to get a higher rested rate. So right here we have our fireplace. Let's go ahead and rotate that around. We can cook and stuff on this. I guess we can just put it right... where do we want to put the fireplace? I think we'll put it over here by this door for now. And we'll unlock more stuff as we go. So let's go ahead and find our table. I know I built one. Or did we not build it because we didn't have space? Wait, I built 2... Oh, I must not have... I didn't click on it, so we built 2 fireplaces. Alright, whatever. We'll lay down 2 fireplaces then, since we already built it. We can delete it by right-clicking on it, but we'll just put 2 in. It'll look nice that way. So let's go back over here. I want to get the table in because I want as much stamina and stuff as I can from resting. And up here, so you see tables 3. That means there's 3 tables. So if you look at the top, you have the crude wooden table, crude wooden side table, and then you have the crude wooden nightstand. But you're going to want to go with the one that adds points. So like this crude wooden side table gives plus 2 comfort. The large one gives plus 1. So we'll build this one, and we'll build this one too. Why not? No space in backpack. And we'll just set this under the window. I guess the other one didn't make... I keep thinking I have an extra slot, but I guess I don't. Oh, no, it did make. Okay. So we'll click on 7. And we'll put the other one over here just to say we did. And you can see our comfort level is now up to 11 minutes. From there, again, we want to get into storage. So if you look right here under survival, that's storage. To build storage, we need string and twigs. So you can get twigs off of trees. The easiest way is to find the bushes with no limbs on them. They'll give you a lot of twigs. Right, to build string, just go into your personal crafting menu. Click on string. Press space, it uses plant fiber to build 1 string. So we're going to need a lot of it because we need a lot of storage. If you look right here, it says in inventory, that tells you how many you currently have. So that'd be enough to build 3. Then we'll go back to our work table, click on storage, and we have 2 slots available. So we'll go ahead and make 2 of these if we can. Oh wait, it says no slot in backpack. Oh, because we made string, that's right. So then we'll press 3 and we'll place our container down. I like to face it towards me because there's a little handle on it. So we'll just set it here for now. And I'll get a couple of these built and put out. So now we need to get some doors and windows in, right? So let's go back to our crafting table if we have enough supplies. Well, actually, we have storage. Let's free up some space. So I'm going to put my food items in this first one. I will keep the berries on me and 1 source of cooked meat. And we'll put the potions here for now until I get something else built with the runes. Now these are fireflies. So if you see fireflies at night, you can gather them and build lamps out of them. So now that we have space, we're going to need 3 doors. Somebody might be wondering, why did you put a door right here? Well, I do plan to build a cellar eventually in the side of this hill. So I left the door so we can go ahead and work on that later. But I do want to seal it up. So let's come into our crafting bench again. To the very bottom, decorative, we have doors. So you have wooden double doors. Again, click at the top. You have just a basic wooden door right here. It's going to take 2 metal scraps to build. And then you have this crude wooden door. We're going to build the crude one because it's cheap. Do not use your metal scraps to build any decorations and stuff right now. You're going to need those for armor and stuff later. So we got 3 doors now. Go ahead and put those in place. So it's the same way as placing the walls, or to rotate and then just get it to snap and then place it in. And this way you shouldn't have to worry about wolves getting in here if you're just resting real quick to go AFK to use the bathroom or something. Because I haven't, like I said, I have not been attacked by anything. I've only had a wolf wander in once. So I think we have 6 windows. Let's go ahead and get those made up. Same place as the door. So just click on windows. We currently only have the one basic window. We don't have enough wood, so I'll just go ahead and put these in. So you can put them off center and do all kinds of stuff with them. I like to center mine personally. Like I said, this game has a lot of aesthetics that you can add by building and customizing everything. Like, this is just a basic square building, but you can get crazy with it and do all kinds of things. I just haven't got to that point yet because I want to beat the game first and maybe do some building throughout. So now I need to gather more wood so we can finish the windows. We have enough storage to get started with. We do need to build some gear, so let's go ahead and take a look at that really fast since this is my starting video. So right here we have rags. So it wants string to build our rag armor, so we can build a ragged shirt, a ragged pants, ragged boots. So just do your math over here. We do need torn cloth. I don't know if we have enough to finish all these. We might just have enough. So we're gonna need 2 pieces of string for that, 2 for that one. That's 4. And then 3 on that one. So we're gonna need 7 pieces of string. So let's go make that. And this is done on your personal self. So let's see, we'll make a shirt, pants, and some boots. Now we're gonna go back into our inventory. You'll see the stuff somewhere in there wherever there was space to land. Right click on it, hit equip. Do that for all 3 pieces. Well, we actually unequipped, I guess we started with some pants. So these are, check our stats on these. That's 0, 0, so it's just like wearing underwear. So right now you can see we have our ragged shirt, 17, 17, 11, 11 on pants, and 2, 2 on our boots. And you can find gear throughout the game as well, like we did the shield. But we are now much, much stronger than we were without gear. And you'll notice a huge difference as you advance. Even though the numbers aren't huge, it's massive. From there, guys, the only thing I would like to really do is to get a bow built. We need 1 piece of string for that. And then we can click on bow and spacebar to build that. That unlocks the recipe for wooden arrows. So we can do wooden arrows times 10. It takes twigs to make arrows. We'll go ahead and make 20 since that's all the twigs we have left. Now I like to keep my bow on 3. You can put it wherever you please though. And you can aim by holding right mouse button. And then you shoot by using left mouse button. You can tab and lock onto your targets, but a bow is definitely something you want to get started with right now because you're going to run into some enemies that you do not want to melee fight unless you're just perfect at dodging. So guys, I think that's the whole starter tutorial to get us going. Next, we need to head off and go rescue the survivor. So I'll probably do a little bit more gathering, get some more wood and products put together. You can build shields and clubs if you like. Personally, I'm going to wait till I get the other guy back, then we're going to build something else. You can build wands and staves if you want. We might actually make one of the wands, but we should find one before long if I remember correctly. Then we can use some magic. Now resin, make sure you save all your resin. You're going to need a ton of that. Do not throw your resin on the ground. So guys, as always, if this content helped you out, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out the next video as we go and rescue the first survivor. That will be the blacksmith. And I'll see you when we get there. Thanks for watching.